Hey, I'm Eric Haugen. There's my social media information. Like my videos and subscribe to my channel. If this content helps you out, helps me when you do that. Today we are continuing our discussion of guitar as a textural device. Standard tuning, slide guitar. Okay, we're going to talk about that. Before I do that, I like to do this. Let's just take a quick look at my setup because people are curious about that. By the way, I put it in the description box underneath every video that I ever make. So it's there too, but hey, check it. Two cheap-ass Canon T5Is. There's my couch. There's my neighbor's house. There's my feet. Morley passive volume pedal. Phase 90. Waza Craft chorus. Strymon Deco. I don't have the delay on. I'm going to use that looper in a second. And by the way, yeah, dude, that's what I use. Freaking cheap-ass preamp and a DR40. That's my setup. Okay. The main thing is, okay, question. Can you play this bar chord shape? A quote-unquote A-shaped bar chord. If you can do this, you can now play slide. So this is a D bar chord. I'm not going to say the frets. You can see what it is. Check it. I like to put my slide here. By the way, this is a Dunlop 212. They call this a heavy wall slide. It is a short heavy wall slide. I like to put it on my pinky because I can keep my knuckle straight. I don't really, or bent. I don't think it's cool. I don't think people like to jam it all the way on. It's not, in my opinion, not a good idea because that's just not the way our hand moves. Here's the thing with standard tuning slide. You know, step one, if you can play this shape, you're going to be good. Because if you just focus on the D, G, and B strings, boom, now you can add slide to a song. Quick technique review, the slide stays straight up and down. I have videos on slide. Yeah, you'll recognize this guitar, but yeah, slide stays straight up and down so that the circle part of the slide lines up with the fret itself. And that's the main thing. I'm not pushing hard. My action is not excessively high on this guitar. I believe I have Stringjoy 11s on here. So let's talk about the structure that I'm playing against. That's a 12-bar blues structure. I've talked about this before, that the 12-bar blues, 'tis merely a thing to hang ideas upon, be it chords, be it pentatonic fills, be it slide textures. It's just a convenient, like, oh, isn't this a nice loop to make? So it's going to go, well, here it is, blip, there it is, right? So D. For the G, I'll just go wide open and then back up. Now, if I remember correctly, yeah, I'm only getting the thirds, the G and the B string. I just let it fall off. And then it goes up to the G. Think about it, there's a G. So I'm just getting those 12s, let it fall back down. And I'm seeing this. Here comes the A, way up here. That really, to me, is the first thing to do if you're like, wanting to get into slide. I've played slide for as long as I've played guitar. Like the first band I was in, there's still a band actually, a great New Jersey band called Roadside Graves. There were already 2 guitar players in the band when I joined when I was, 15? And one of the first thing I did, I think I still remember the part, it was just like, oh, well, there's a rhythm guitar and I'll just pick up a slide and do little hooky things with the slide. So it's very useful. So that brings me to a point that I want to make that, well, this is true of everything, but with slide, let the slide do the work. Simply having a slide guitar in a song is enough. I'm going to let that sit there. Simply having slide in a song is enough. You don't have to worry about pyrotechnics or anything badass. Simply having an overdub that goes, that's a world. That's a world unto itself by having that into a song. It changes the whole mood of the song. That's why I love slide. It's again, it's one of those things. What was the thing I was saying on an Instagram comment? It's not easy, but it's simple. I don't know, something like that. It just has so much of a vibe when you drop slide in. Now, were you to have a minor chord, well, that's a little bit of a different thing. Like say I had to play a C sharp minor, right? You know, again, if I want to stay on this D, G, and B string, and that's mainly because these ones rattle and the high E is a little bit of a, you know, a risky string also. It seems like those middle ones are the best bet. Well, then I would aim for just that 6 and 6 of that. So let's make a, let's say I had to play over the band, the weight, which is A, pulled into C sharp minor, and a D, back to A. I'd probably do a part that was like, or maybe I'd probably do that, like A, here's the C sharp minor, here's the D, back to A. And just leave it there, not try and impress anybody with what I can do with the slide, just applying it as a textural device. Now, let's look at some other examples where this shows up. One of the first things that comes to mind is the iconic 90s Mazzy Star. Hold on. Wait, nope, I don't want that loop. Let me make a new loop. This great slide guitar part, there's 3 notes. Ready? Great. Right? Like, to me, I love that that slide, well, I won't say it makes a song, but it's a great slide part, and it's very simple. There's not much going on. That like, yeah, it's in tune, I'm over the frets and that, but like the idea of keeping it really simple, being really humble about it, and just being like, well, let me just add just like a couple of notes across. So yeah, this is, yeah, getting into not chasing the chords exactly, but maybe making a melody. But honestly, if I think about it, A, E, B minor. So he is still following the chords, but he's not really trying to do more, which again shows us, yeah, if you're a guitar player in a band, or honestly, if you're just making up loops and stuff on your own, which is, I hope, what you're doing, yeah, just having a slide going. Is enough, is a cool enough thing. Other ones that come to mind, the icon, you know, I've taught this song on my channel before, Velvet Underground, Rock and Roll. Let's see, let me make a loop of that too. 1 second, and do I know how to do this pedal? 2, 3, 4. I think that's a pretty good loop. And so there's that great simple slide solo on that. I have videos on this on my channel, but I'm just showing you how easy it can be. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Another great example of just a very simple part. I think, if I'm not mistaken, on that Velvet Underground song, it might even be doubled up. Is it doubled up with a horn? You know, cool recording trick you can do. And, you know, of course, I can't mention standard tuning slide without mentioning my man George Harrison, who's, you know, the greatest of all time at standard tuning slide, you know. Well, I can't tease that and then not do it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. So in conclusion, you know, if you can play this bar chord, you can play a nice slide part on your song. And, you know, if you can play this bar chord, you can play that on your song. Or you can do some kind of single note thing, which means, yeah, you would have to maybe know how to play a scale on one string. Good idea. Oh, yeah, let's say A. That's very hard to do what I'm doing right now, though, by just edging it. I wouldn't say to do this. You would have a drone track going and just... And notice, yeah, there's a lot of muting going on. I recommend, honestly, watching. I think I have, this is going to go on my slide playlist, wander around that. But to me, the main thing, as with everything, is do the most with what you already have, what you already own, with the brains you have, the heart you have, the eyes, hands, you know what I mean. Whatever you got, let's make sure we can do the most with whatever we got before we get upset or before we buy more things. Yeah, I think that's the only points I want to make for this week. I think this is coming out. This is going to drop after Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving. I'm grateful for you and YouTube and the almighty algorithm. I hope everybody's doing okay. I know it's been, hey, if we're alive for Thanksgiving, that's something to be thankful for. As Bill and Ted would say, be excellent to each other. That includes yourself. I'll see you next week. Happy Friday. Eat pizza or turkey leftovers, or, you know, vegan tofurkey leftovers, whatever you gotta do.